Alright family, I'm back with another video, and this time I'm about to talk about how much it costs to live in every state in these United States. And yes, it is going up. The cost of living is increasing in the state where you live and in the state that you want to move to in the future. Now, let me put the disclaimer out. This is for families of four. So this is man, woman, and two children. This is the estimated cost for four people. This is not family of two where it's just a man and a woman, or it's just that woman by herself or that man by himself. If you cut down the numbers, you can probably decrease these estimated totals that you need to live comfortably in these states where you don't have to struggle. Probably cut the number down. I don't know how much down, but to be comfortable, you can probably trim off some thousands if it's just you. All of these numbers is based on a family of four. So if you all still together and you all got at least two kids, this is what they're saying. Could be over and under. I just know every time they do one of these reports, the number seems to go up. And this is from May 8th. So that's this month. And here we go. I'm going down the list. You see the map, the whole United States. They got the estimates right there. Everything is over 100,000, of course, at this point. And with everything getting more expensive, I think it's by design. They're doing it on purpose. You will own nothing and be happy, pretty much. That's where they're going. And so everybody has to figure out what is comfortable to them, what makes you feel relaxed in terms of your living situation, what amount of money is too much, and based on the state you want to live in, if you in a state you already want to retire in, or if you want to transition somewhere else like myself, you know, I always take these articles into consideration and what's needed, and continue to save accordingly as much as I can. So here's the list right here. You got Massachusetts. This is for man, woman, and two children. 301,000. Hawaii at 294,000. See Connecticut, 279,000. You can round these up. You see New York, 278,000. Cali at 276,000. Colorado at 264,000. Washington, 257,000. Oregon, 257,000. New Jersey at 251,000. Rhode Island, 249,000. Vermont, 248,000. Minnesota at 244. New Hampshire around the same as Minnesota. Alaska, 242,000. Maryland, 239,000. Nevada, 237,000. Virginia, 235,000. Illinois, where I'm at right now, 231,000. Arizona, that's where I want to go. Not right now. 2030, we 6 years away. 230,000. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that number. Pennsylvania, 230,000. Maine, 229,000. Delaware, 228,000. Wisconsin, 225,000. Utah, 218,000. Michigan, 214,000. Nebraska, 213,000. Georgia, 212,000. Montana, 211,000. Some of these states you don't really hear people talking about they actually want to move to, like a Montana or a Wyoming, and even they're over 200,000. I've been to Montana one time. a city called Billings. It's very small, but you can see the snow on top of the mountaintops out in the distance. Nice scenery, but that's not a state that I would be wanting to move to. But whether you want to move here or not, everything is going up for each state. Iowa, 211,000. Idaho, 211,000. North Carolina, 209,000. Ohio, 209,000. Florida, 209,000 as well. Indiana at 206,000, next door to Illinois. New Mexico, 203,000. Wyoming, 203,000. Missouri, 202. North Dakota, 202. Texas, 201. South Carolina, 200,000. Kansas, we finally get under 200,000, 196. Tennessee at 195. Oklahoma at 194. Alabama at 193. South Dakota, 192. Kentucky, 190. Louisiana, 189. West Virginia, 189. Arkansas, 180. Mississippi, 177. And that's all 50 states, and you see the price points. And so majority of these states I don't really hear people talking about wanting to move to. It's always either out west or southwest, southeast. People tend to go south for it being cheaper, maybe Georgia, North Carolina, states like that. So everything is over 150,000. The most expensive is Massachusetts. I wouldn't want to live there, not because of the cost. I just don't want to go there. Nice to visit Boston, I guess, but other than that, that's the most expensive state at 301,000. Surprised California isn't over 300,000, but this is only 2024. Who knows what these numbers will look like by 2030. So it's interesting. And again, this is family of 4. It's not you by yourself. If it's just you or just 2 of you all, man and woman, you can probably decrease some of these price points. And like I said, it also depends on how you spend. Like this one right here, what goes to necessities and what goes to hanging out, vacation, that discretionary spending. And then of course savings, investments, retirement, stocks, things like that. And it actually doesn't take into account the cost of a child. The latest article I seen on that earlier this year, that a child from being born to 18, the estimated cost due to inflation is at $310,000 per child. So you got one child, you at 310,000, and then you go in 2, you over 600,000. So you can factor that in as well if you are a parent and you're listening to this. But yeah, these costs of living continue to go up. I think it's all being done on purpose. The inflation, it all starts there, and it's continued to go up just with what they're building, the type of real estate, certain hotels, and they want to price people out. I think that's the big elephant in the room, pricing certain individuals out. So you'll end up becoming a renter and no longer really owning anything. And 2 incomes helps, but then again, like I said, then you add in 2 dependents or more, then that kind of can strangle your income. So just prepare. And these polls that they do, this research, it comes in handy. And for you, you may say, hey, I don't need to spend that much to live in my dream state or this dream location. But yeah, this is definitely something that I keep an eye on. Definitely going to keep an eye on Arizona at 231,000, since I like the warm weather and want to go south. So just an interesting little fact here with all of the increases you already see in grocery stores, and then you go state by state, and then the taxes that each state carries. I know Florida has no income tax. I think one other state does not either. If you want to go to Florida or if you're already there. But yeah, this is just still something definitely to keep in mind. Just wanted to share this, and I don't know how you feel about the cost of living in whatever state you're already in, where you want to end up. You know, you can make some comments on the video about where you might want to make your next move, what state, and your plan for it. I would always just say put a timeline together. You don't want to move anywhere and end up having to come back because you weren't prepared. Seeing that happen with some people who leave Chicago and come back a couple times, and they'll say they're back for whatever reason, didn't work out in the other state. So just move when the time is right. And again, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with another video soon. I'm out.